Evening, football fans, and welcome to the second episode of the EFL Fans Head-to-Head Quiz. Thanks to those who managed to watch and tune in to last week's quiz, where Jack of Fleetwood Town fame narrowly beat James, who was Birmingham City fan. This is our second episode, and it's going to be James, who is a Gillingham fan, up against Lewis, who is a Luton Town supporter. James is as I said, a Gills fan of many years and a non-league ground hopper. James, what is your current body count for non-league games or for games in total this season so far?
This season I have done, what was today? 90, no, I want to say 96 or 97, something like that.
96. And what was the most interesting non-league experience that you've had so far?
Oh,
You've been quite a few in you recently.
the best experience. Well, I saw a Chatham youth game where Welling Youth beat Chatham 13-0.
That's not a contest, is it? That's not fair on
Uh,
them.
um, I don't know really.
Uh, tell Lewis about the the smallest stand in the world, was it?
I want a Peckham Town.
Peckham Town. Where was it? Basically, Lewis. It's a little hut, and it's got room for what, three people in it?
You can get for about 6 people, but if you're a large gentleman like myself, it's for about three.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's one to look forward to. And Lewis is a Luton Town fan and a YouTube content creator. Lewis does a lot of Luton Town videos, but also a lot of EFL stuff as well. So, Lewis, how is your quizzing? I know you've got a lot of EFL stuff up there in your brain, but what about your quizzing skills?
I feel like anything before 2010, I'm going to struggle with.
Okay, well, luckily these ones are generally quite recent anyway. And just to let you guys know, the EFL questions at the end are going to be just from this current season alone.
Yeah.
So it should hopefully be, more in your wheelhouse sort of thing. And James, what about you? I know that you've just a little plug. You recently won the Soccer A to Z fans head-to-head
Yes.
podcast quiz.
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
York City fan.
a bit York City fan. There you
Yeah.
go, Steve. Was it an unfair in your favour or?
No, it actually was quite kind, but the bloke who I was playing with should have actually beaten me
You should have
because
beaten you.
I I had I won the general the quiz, but the
Hmm.
last round they do the penalty shootout, and
Yeah.
because the letter I was on was P, it was like all name famous Pauls, and we both got stuck on two each.
There were so many you missed though, weren't there? Paul
Oh
Ince, I think, was one of them.
yeah, Paul Ince, Paul Pescasolido,
Yeah.
uh, it's Paul Gascoigne. I think we missed as well.
Oh, just that guy,
Yeah, one of
that
them.
little legend.
Yeah, it was. But I did all right though. Did all right.
Yeah, you did good. Right, well, let's see how you fare tonight then. So I'll go through a little bit of the rules with you. I don't know whether you guys got a chance to watch the first week's quiz, but basically we're going to answer five questions each on your own team in a penalty shootout format. So it'll be alternating questions. So James will obviously get five Chills questions, Lewis five Luton Town questions. Then we're going to flip it over a little bit, and Lewis, you will answer five questions on Gills for you, and James will answer five Luton Town questions. Generally, the ones on your own club should hopefully be harder because they are your own club after all. But it depends on, I guess, what you know, didn't it really? So, and then lastly, there will be five questions each, as I said, on the EFL season that we're currently in. Only thing about that is that if the player does not know or gets the answer wrong or runs out of time, then it can go to the other person to steal. Okay, so if you know it, keep it in your brain for if you get a chance to take it over. I'm going to do 10 seconds for your own club's questions, 15 seconds for the opponent's team's questions, and 15 seconds for the EFL questions each. Does that all make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. And at
Yeah.
the end, if it goes to a draw after the 30 questions are over, there will be a tiebreaker in the form of a nearest answer to. So that'll be one that I might ask you anyway, even if it isn't a draw. But if it is a draw, then that'll be how we decide it. Is that all clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as Luton Town are higher in the EFL pyramid than Gillingham are, most teams are, let's face it, then Luton will be going first. So, Lewis, your first Luton Town question is going to be as follows. Are we ready?
Yeah, go on.
All right. I'm going to set the timer. Stopwatch. Number one. This is going to be category in the dugout. Luton Town manager Matt Bloomfield started his playing career with which current Premier League club in 2001?
Ipswich.
Ipswich Town is correct. Lewis is on the board. James, your first Gillingham question again in the dugout. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Prior to John Coleman and since the beginning of the 21st century, which permanent manager has the lowest win percentage?
Oh.
5 seconds.
Oh, I can't think of his surname. Neil something. Neil. I can't think of his surname.
You're out of time, my friend.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, it's Adrian Pinnock.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you're thinking Neil Cooper, but it was
That was it.
18.75% win rate as manager.
Blimey.
Now doing the stuff for Dartford in the Isthmian Premier League.
On the top.
Lewis, your next question is the numbers game. It's going to be a squad numbers question. Which squad number was shared by these three players in recent history? Jordan Cook, Elliot Lee, and Corley Woodrow.
Oh, number 10.
Number 10. Correct. I saw your face when you heard the question category, but you did all right in the end.
I remember Cook. He was number 10 because I hated him because number 10 is one of my favourite numbers. So I always look out for that. And then as soon as she said Cook, I was like, yeah, 10.
I got confused. I thought Jordan Clark was obviously he's playing now still, isn't he? But I got confused with the two and thought, how would you hate Jordan Clark? He's doing really well for you, but clearly not. Different person. James, question number 2. Again, your numbers game question. Which squad number was shared by these three players in recent history? Ty Gooden, Tommy Johnson, and Regan Charles Cook.
That was 11.
11 is correct. James is on the board.
Finally.
Lovely stuff. Lewis, next question is the loney question. It's about loan players from down the years. During the 21-22 championship season, Luton signed which current Premier League goalkeeper on an emergency loan deal to replace fellow injured loanee Jed Steer?
Alex Palmer?
Alex Palmer is correct. 3 for 3 so far. James, you're only the loney question. Which loan player scored Gill's only successfully converted penalty in the year 2024?
Oh. Lonely. I'm trying to think now. Oh, I can't think of it.
5 seconds to go, mate.
Oh, I don't know. Oh no. I don't know.
You're out of time. It runs with loney. It's Connor Mahoney.
Oh no, I probably watched it as well.
You don't get many penalties, Gills, do they? So,
No.
oh well. Lewis, your fourth question. This is one of your own, is the category. In what year did former Luton youth player James Justin win his one and only England cap?
What year?
What year?
I'm going to go 20. What year are we in now? 2021?
It's 2022, I'm afraid. It was a UEFA Nations League game against Hungary. Now at Leicester, I think he must be still there. Well, you'll be playing the next season anyway, so.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. James, you're one of your own question. Jake Hessenthaler, son of Gills legend Andy, plays his football for what National League side?
That is Dagenham still?
That's correct, Dagenham Redbridge. Trying to avoid relegation to the National League South currently. Lewis, your final question on Luton Town is playing away. How many away matches did you win during the 2018-2019 League One promotion season? It's multiple choice. It is A, 8, B, 11, or C, 14.
Gotta go with 11.
11 is correct. All right, and James, yours is also multiple choice. Your last question is playing away. In November 2010, Cody McDonald scored the winning goal at Oxford, giving the Gills their first away win in how many attempts? Was it A, 20, B, 30, or C, 40?
40.
It was 30, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Oh, you were probably
damn it.
there, but yeah.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, imagine not winning away for 30 matches.
It wasn't fun.
Worst times, eh? So far, we are at stand. Lewis has 4 out of 5, and James has 2 out of 5.
Oh, what a mare.
The
Don't
next
worry,
question
it won't last.
the opposing team. So
Yeah.
let's see how we get on. Lewis, your first question. John Egan left Gillingham to join Brentford in 2016-2017, but for which club did he spend 3 seasons as a Premier League player?
Sheffield United.
That is correct, Sheffield United.
What a player.
What a player. We miss him, don't we?
Big time.
Right. James, your first Luton Town question is a multiple choice. Which of the following attacking players scored the second-minute opener as Luton beat Gillingham in the Carabao Cup in August 2023? Was it A, Elijah Adebayo, B, Jacob Brown, or C, Chideze Ogbene?
Brown.
Jacob Brown is correct. Right, so both so far so good for the opposing team questions. Lewis, number 2. Gillingham appointed Stephen Clements as head coach in November 2023. It was his first full-time head coach role, having served as assistant to which long-serving manager?
Oh, God. I don't know. Yeah, mine's blank.
Okay. All right. Cross that one off then. James, do you know? Just for fun?
Steve Bruce.
Steve Bruce is correct. Currently
Yeah,
at
never would have got that.
Blackpool. Right. James, your next Luton Town question. Goalkeeper Thomas Kaminski was included in which country's squad during Euro 2024?
Was that Poland?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Right, incorrect. Lewis, do you know?
Belgium.
Belgium is correct. I know it sounds like a Polish name, doesn't it? But yeah.
My bad. Apologies, Keeps.
I'm sure he doesn't mind. Right. Question number 3 for Lewis. This will be one for ridicule. The Brian Moore stand, usually used to house away supporters, was built as a temporary stand, but in what decade?
I'm going to say 2000. Well, I felt like it was from 2005. I don't know. That's just... I've watched
So
like a
remember,
clip.
you've got the decades, so you've got 10 years to include. So
Okay. I don't think it was before 2000, so I'm going to go 2000 to 2010.
that's correct. It was in 2003. Our
Oh,
temporary stands that still just about standing 22 years later, but
What a stand.
it's half unsafe, so no one can stand up the top because it's unsafe for supporters. So yeah, I don't know how that works.
That's more famous than the cop. That is.
Yeah, held up by paperweights. Right. The next question for Luton Town is for you, James. Winger Victor Moses signed for Luton in September 2024, having spent almost 4 years playing his football in which country?
Russia.
Russia is correct.
Spartak Moscow. Yeah.
Name the club, shouldn't I, as well? But no.
Oh.
Right, so far we're pretty level on the old opposing team questions. Lewis, your fourth Gills question. Johnny Williams signed for the Gills at the beginning of the 23-24 season, but for which other League Two club was he supposed to be signing until he was poached at the last minute?
supposed to be signing. I want to say Swindon.
No, he came from Swindon, but it was actually for Bradford City. So The story goes that he was in a hotel in Yorkshire, ready to sign for Bradford, and then Gills came flying in last minute and nabbed him.
Ah.
And he's not done very well since, bless him. Right. James, sorry, your next Luton Town question. Which current Chelsea player spent a season on loan at Kenilworth Road in 2020-2021? Lewis knows it.
Chelsea player.
Remember, they've got about 70 players.
Keenan Dewsbury Hall.
That is correct. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. It's quite good for you, wasn't he, Lewis?
Yes, amazing. I wish we got him on a permanent, but just
it's right. He'll be at another Premiership team next season because he won't be playing for Chelsea anymore, I reckon. Okay, the last Gilles question, Lewis, is multiple choice. Which of the current Gilles strikers has more League Two goals this campaign? Is it A, Elliot Nevitt, B, Ollie Hawkins, or C, Jimmy J. Morgan?
Your second one, you said.
I said Ollie Hawkins.
Yeah, go
I'm
Hawkins.
afraid it's not. James, who is it?
I want to say it's Nevitt with 2.
It's Nevitt. He's got 2. Yeah.
Oh.
There are 3 league goals between those 3 strikers. There is just for
because Morgan's got 1.
Has Hawkins got any?
I know he got 1 in the cup at Swansea, but league-wise, I don't think so.
No, so that just shows you our current plight, Lewis. I know that you're in the bottom 3 in the championship, but we haven't got any goal scorers, right? James, your final Luton Town question is as follows. How many of the 6 goals scored by Man City during the FA Cup win last season were scored by Erling Haaland?
Oh. 4.
It's not. Lewis, do you remember it?
Was it 2?
You got 5.
Oh no.
To be fair, that season was a blur, so
you might have put that one to bed now, haven't you?
Yeah, so many goals conceded.
I was torn between 4 or 5.
Yeah, I could see why you went for 4, but unfortunately, no, it was 5 goals out of the 6 were Erling Haaland goals. Well, that was a tie in that round. So overall, the score so far, Lewis has 7 and James has 5. We are now moving on to the EFL questions. I'm just going to get my sheets in order. Right. Okay. So, Lewis, I'll ask one to you first of all, but if you don't get it or you run out of the time, then James can come in and steal should he wish to, or should he know the answer as well. Okay, so, and remember, this is just going to be for this season only, so it should hopefully be quite recent in the memory. First question is, this is for Lewis, by the way. Reading midfielder Charlie Savage is the son of which former Wales international?
Oh, Robbie Savage.
Correct. A National League North manager next season with Macclesfield Town after they got promoted yesterday. James, your first question. Where's my... There we go. Ryan Lowe was the earliest casualty of the campaign, managerial casualty, sorry, leaving Championship side Preston North End. How many games did he take charge of this season before he left the club?
1.
1 is correct. They were beaten 2-0 by Sheffield United on, I think it was a Friday, and he left on the Monday. He's now, where is he now?
Wigan. Wigan.
Wigan. That's not an extra question, by the way. Just
Damn it.
Okay. Sheep. There we go. Question 2 for you, Lewis. Former Derby County striker Martin Waghorn retired from football in February after ending a short-term deal at which League One side?
Which? It's gone. Which team was it? Nah, I got it.
All right. If you're going to surrender, James could swoop in.
I'm going to just guess we go with Burton.
I'm afraid it wasn't. James, do you know?
To be fair, I was going with Burton's, but I'm going to say, I don't know, Huddersfield.
Oh, I know now, I think.
I can't give it to you, but do you know it anyway, Lewis?
Is it Northampton?
He's correct. Yeah, I'm sorry,
That's
can't
it.
give it to you.
Oh,
It's the way it
damn it.
is. Northampton Town Cobblers. No, it is true. Right. Next question for you, James. Remember, Lewis can steal, so be on the ball this one. Number two, Dylan Markanday signed on loan for Leyton Orient from Blackburn in January window, having spent the first half of the season on loan at which League Two side?
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield, correct.
He tore us apart that day
He
back
sure
in
did.
September.
Number three, this is for you, Lewis. In August, a Kuwait-based consortium led by Fahad Al Ghanim became the new owners of MK Dons, taking over from which long-serving chairman?
Peter Wickelman.
Pete Winkleman, correct.
Did you know he tried to buy Luton Town before trying to buy Wimbledon?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you glad that you said no?
100%, because he was going to rename the football club as well. I think he was going to call it MK Luton or something
Oh,
weird.
that's horrendous.
Oh yeah, it's something.
I'm glad for you. Glad it didn't happen.
Luton Dons.
Yeah,
Luton
something
Dons.
weird. Yeah.
What was it like Pro Evolution, like the Berkshire Whites, or something like that? You know, that wouldn't work out very well. Is it Berkshire or no? It's Hertfordshire, isn't it?
Who?
You, your club, Luton Town. Are they Hertfordshire?
No, Bedfordshire.
Oh, Bedfordshire. I should know that one. Silly me. Again, that wasn't the question. But James, number three. Peterborough summer signings Oscar Wallin and Gustav Lindgren both signed from Degerfors IF in which Scandinavian country's top flight?
Could you repeat the team name, please?
Yeah, Oscar Wallin and Gustav Lindgren.
The team name. Sorry.
Oh, Degerfors, Degerfors IF, in which Scandinavian country's top flight?
Say Norway.
I'm afraid it's not. Lewis, do
Damn
you
it.
know?
Denmark.
Oh, it's Sweden. Can't steal either, unfortunately.
Damn it.
To be fair, that might have been down to my pronunciation. I do apologise.
Let you off, Tom.
Lewis, your four questions, multiple choice. Emmanuel Latte left Middlesbrough to sign for which MLS side in January? Is it A, Columbus Crew, B, Atlanta United, or C, Inter Miami?
B.
B, Atlanta United is correct.
Strange move.
Strange move. Maybe a money move. I'm not overly sure.
Was it like £15 million? That
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fair play to Middlesbrough.
James, your next question is also multiple choice. Dutch international Anwar El Ghazi joined Cardiff City in the summer. For which now Premier League team did he score a goal in the 2018-2019 Championship playoff final at Wembley? Was it A, Brentford, B, Aston Villa, or C, Leicester City?
I'm actually quite glad it didn't actually need multiple choice, that one. I knew it already. Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, okay. You remember the game well or the player or what?
No, I remember him. I remember him playing for Villa.
There you go then. Okay. This is the last question each of the quiz, unless it goes to a tie, which I don't know whether it will, but we'll have a look. Okay. Lewis, your last question. Which number is higher? The number of championship goals conceded by Burnley so far this season, or the number of league goals scored by top scorer Josh Brownhill this campaign?
Which one's higher?
One's higher, yeah. So the number of championship goals let in by Burnley, or number of league goals scored by Josh Brownhill this season?
I'm going to go with Brownhill.
Higher is correct.
Yes.
Brownhill has 13 goals, and as of last week, Burnley have let in 11 goals this season in Championship. That's mad, isn't it?
And Brownhill scored both times against Luton as well.
I didn't mean to rub it in there, Lewis, unfortunately.
So many sad memories.
And James, your final question. Which League Two side play their home games at the JobServe Community Stadium?
Oh, that's not good. JobServe. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've been there too. Oh, no. Oh, it's Colchester.
It is Colchester. I can see Lewis was getting ready there. I don't know if you knew it or not.
I was going to go with Bromley.
Okay, I see that. I see that. Yeah, just got in there at the end. The scores on the doors then. I'm just going to tote these up. So, uh, out of 15 questions each, James come in with 9 out of 15, but Lewis is this week's winner with 11 out of 15. Well done to you both. Luton Town are victorious. Can't say that too many times this season, but yeah, well done, guys. Do you want the tiebreak question just for a laugh?
Yeah, go for
Come
it.
on then.
Go on then. Okay, so it's a nearest 1-2 format. So, a bit of a long question. Leeds United, Birmingham City, and Walsall currently occupy the top 3 places across the 3 divisions of the EFL. As of today's date, how many points have they got combined between them so far this season? It requires maths and logic.
Gonna go with 192.
192 for Lewis. James, what about you? What do you reckon?
220.
Not far off. It's actually 233 in total
Playoff.
so far. So these have got 80 points. Birmingham 83 and Walsall on 70. That just shows how bad League Two is this season. Although Walsall had like a 12-point gap a little while back, and now it's I think down to 3 points. So, guys, so Lewis is our second winner with 11 out of 15, and James not far off with 9 out of 15. It was a close run thing. Though Lewis is our second champion. Well done, Lewis.
Thank you.
James,
Well done, mate.
commiserations. Gillingham falling just short as per usual.
Yep. Not scoring enough again, eh?
Not scoring enough goals, unfortunately. Let's wind down with a little bit of a chat about current seasons, just to rub it in a little bit more. Lewis, you and I spoke a little bit more about Luton's current plight before we went into recording. When you went down last season, what was the expectation amongst the fan base? Obviously, you had a great season in the Premier League. A lot of fans kind of looked at it and went, you know what, we're here for a good time, not necessarily a long time. What was it? What did you expect coming down from the Championship? Was it top 6 again, or was it a bit of rebuilding needed doing, or what was before it went peaked on? What were you looking for?
So when we were in the Premier League, we were kind of building like a championship, like a super team, a bit like what Ipswich are currently doing this season. So I think the expectation was, okay, if we are going to go down from the Premier League, which of course ended up happening, that we would be right up there in the championship, challenging and competing against the very best. But this summer, the recruitment wasn't too great. I always feel like if any team that gets relegated from a division, whatever league you get relegated to, you have to be at least one of the names that's going to be challenging for at least for the playoff positions. Not like 100% going up, but at least challenge for a playoff position. So I feel like that's where majority of us Luton fans were thinking, okay, we will be one of the names because we were challenging before the Premier League money. So with this Premier League money, we were expecting at least to be even more challenging. So yeah, just to be one of those names for the playoffs.
So has recruitment been a factor then? Obviously, I know that you mentioned before about not doing enough in January to try and survive in the Premier League. What was recruitment like in the summer to kind of put yourself in that position?
Not proactive.
Right.
Really late. So before a ball was kicked, we had a massive injury crisis in defence. And our first game of the season was against Burnley, which we lost 4-1. And we played with 3 centre halves. Well, not centre halves. We played with a back three of Ted and Benji, who's 21, Joe Johnson, who's one of our own at 19, who isn't a left-sided centre back, and Walters, who made his professional start in English football. Well, he's English, but academy player at Arsenal, first start as a professional footballer at 19, and he's not a right-sided centre back. So we knew there was issues there. So not probably being proactive in the window, signing McGuinness quite late on, and kind of not I think it needed more fresh faces within the group, a lot more quality. We didn't really replace Ross Barkley or Lokonga in the midfield, who were two massive players for us in the Premier League. Of course, you weren't really going to replace our Ross Barkley,
No, it's
but
true.
signing him, well, his replacement was a player called Shandon Baptiste, who's a walking injury.
He is, I
Like
remember, yeah.
even a bit of air, I think he gets injured and gets blown away. So yeah, I think a couple of injury-prone players and yeah, just not having a proper, I think, reset in the summer really hurt us.
And you spoke before we come on about how long it took for Rob Edwards to leave. You maybe thought that could have been done earlier. You brought Matt Bloomfield in, who obviously first time at the level. How's the reaction been towards him? Has he been doing enough? I know that you said that recently the results haven't been matching the performances. You've been unlucky a few times. Do you think that he can keep you up?
Well, at first, the thing is with Matt Bloomfield, he's a project manager, and I think when we were looking for a new manager, we kind of needed someone to come in and just hit the ground running and get results instantly. And he isn't that type of manager. I think at Colchester, at Wickham, it took him at least a couple of months to really get going. And during a relegation battle, you don't really have months to wait to get going. You kind of need to have a instant reaction with the group. And I think straight away fans were a little bit upset that it's taken quite a long time to get a win. We've now got that. We've won away from home because we've gone a long time in the season without winning. It was September against Millwall, which was our first win away from home this season. And we just beat Cardiff recently. So we've broken the away curse, which is great. But we now need to really start clicking in front of goal. We're starting to, from a defensive perspective, look more organised and showing a bit of leadership. And we're now actually entering the final third a lot more. We're starting to get there. But yeah, we just need to click in front of goal. But the performances are gradually getting there. But yeah, just I think it's unfair for him to, regardless of what happens this season, we need to give him a summer window. That's what this group needs. It needs a reset. And if we are to have that in League One, then I back him to try and get us through it. But if he starts poorly next season in the first 6 months, I think fans will lose patience quite quickly.
Yeah, and you're right. Obviously, going down wouldn't be something that any Luton fan would have predicted come, May last year. But ultimately, it's just about getting over the line. It's just getting above that bottom three in it this season, and then working with him in the summer to as you say, get recruitment right, get the players replaced, sign for the championship, but maybe not for a top six finish. Maybe start a little bit, reevaluate your priorities a little bit and go from there. James, Gillingham, we could talk for hours about Gillingham, about what's going right and what's going wrong mainly.
Yeah.
Based on what Lewis has just said about expectations, we've been under new ownership now for a few years, and it's always expected that we will be in the top seven. We're signing players to get in the top seven. We currently sit 19th place. We probably haven't got long enough to work out where it's gone wrong. We sort of know the lack of goals and the recruitment is coming under scrutiny. What needs to change in the summer?
As Luke said, a fresh rebuild. It is literally start from scratch. Hopefully, either John Coleman or a new manager comes in and puts his foot down from the start, gets rid of the stuff, the players that have felt who now feel comfortable and just turn up week in week out and just play a game and go home again. We need players who want to fight for the shirt and actually want to play and enjoy themselves playing for our club, and then that'll get the fans behind them, and then hopefully at the table, which we all the fans deserve.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a summer of change. Lewis, just for context, recently we had a podcast chat with our managing director and our owner, who basically said that we're still now paying wages from players that left that we signed 3 years ago in the window because of we were basically looking towards the National League, relegation out of the EFL. We brought players in January after the takeover to get ourselves out of trouble, gave them what they wanted, and now we're still paying them off, sort of thing. So James, he has said obviously in the summer that the budget is going to be there to kind of put back into the squad. Recruitment's been something that has been picked up on the fact that we've signed players who last season had really good runs in League Two. We signed Bradley Dapp, we signed Aaron Rowe, Elliot Nevitt, Jack Nolan. Currently, none of these players are really playing, are they? Apart from Nevitt himself, and Nevitt's got 2 goals this season. When you sign them, they're good signings. What makes them not work? Is it not fitting into the system? Was it just a one season wonder with these players, or what do you think's not worked with the players that were meant to be really good League Two signings?
I never want to use the one season wonder because every player in the day has potential. They want to earn it. But for me, I think it's more system wise. Obviously, we know with Dak, he's never going to be the same player as we had years ago. He never will be because he's had 2 very bad ACLs on his knees. So you're going to expect him to be a bit cautious. But with we had signed a player the previous January, Josh Andrews, and I don't even think he's played 20 games for us yet. That's 18 months ago, and I want him to work. All the fans want him to work, but I think that's just the system that all the managers have used them with, as in Bonner, the caretaker, and obviously Coleman. You just think, will they? Is the systems all wrong? I don't know.
Possibly,
it's hard to just put your finger on it.
I think Gills fans are looking for a lot of answers, aren't they? And hoping that I think a lot of them want the season to be over and done with now, really. Last question to you, James. In terms of if John Coleman's contract ends in the summer and he's not renewed, who do you think could come in and shake things up a little bit?
Well, I actually completely forgot about this gentleman when he. I saw someone on X called the possibility of Ian Evatt, of former Bolton manager.
Okay, you reckon Ian Evatt will come in and bash a few heads together? Yeah,
I just think we want someone who's youngish, but had a couple of jobs in the EFL, who know how to win. I know Ian Evatt's had a spell at Bolton. I think he got relegated at Bolton. I'm not too sure. But I think someone like him or
Matt Bloomfield. He fits that, doesn't he? He fits that criteria. No.
I can't imagine someone like Matt Bloomfield dropping 2 leagues from Gillingham.
Absolutely not. No chance. Someone said yesterday about Gareth Ainsworth. No, he's not going to leave Shrewsbury to come down to us.
He's doing the project at Shrewsbury.
Yeah, exactly. Project is key, isn't it?
They're like there's so much potential in at the Salops, and it's just like, why would he want to come to us? Honestly, I know it's probably closer to home, obviously being as he was Wickham and QPR, etc. player wise, but I just think that it looks more luxurious there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so, and I think unfortunately Gillingham has become a little bit of a poison chalice recently with managers leaving. I'm hiding my hands out. I would love to have Andy Woodman come to us. I don't think he would, but that's a long shot. Appreciate your time, gents. Thank you both for taking part tonight. For all those watching, I will have the episode out on YouTube tomorrow afternoon, and then we can get that shared out. Appreciate your time. Best of luck to you both for the rest of the season. Lewis, we hope you guys stay in the championship and can continue a forwards trajectory under Matt Bloomfield. And James, obviously, I'm speaking for both of us here. I hope the season ends quite soon and we can have a nice summer.
Yes.
And look forward to a promotion charge in 27-28. What do you reckon?
Make it 30-31.
30-31. All right, cool. Appreciate your time, gents. And to all of you watching, have a good week. Thank you.
Bye-bye.